你好，我是 Luka Vukalovic，我是篮球教练。What do I like to do outside basketball? That's a good question, though. I should get a hobby. Hi, my name is Coach Luka Vukalovic. I started playing basketball when I was 12. One day, my friend just took me to the basketball court and put my behind. And he did that for a couple of months until a club similar to 3D showed up in our school and offered us free training. So I jumped on that, and 2 months in, I returned the favor to my friend, and that's how my basketball journey began. When I was 16, going into 17, I stopped playing organized basketball, and my father didn't like that a bit. He was in a bar, he met a guy there, he turns out to be a basketball coach, and it was like, I have a son, he likes basketball, do you need an assistant? And that guy was like, yes, and they're like, cheers. When I went there, again, I was 17, working with kids who are 14, 15, not a lot of age difference. But after a few days, I kind of realized that that coach really likes going to bars, because he used to leave me with the kids and he just goes to a bar nearby to drink. So that was my baptism by fire, and since then, I was destined to be a basketball coach. After a year and a half of working in a small club, I got an invite from the biggest club in the country, Red Star Belgrade, and that's when things got serious for me. Having that been the biggest club in the country and have a professional team that plays the EuroLeague, we had a lot of high-profile coaches coming to coach professionally, and we always had access to their practices, which is not common. I learned a lot there, and I got infected with this virus called basketball. The rush when you see a kid develop after a few months in the right direction really stuck with me, and that was it. I was hooked. I graduated from the basketball academy in Belgrade. That is a must if you want to get a coaching license back home in Europe, in Serbia. If you don't get that coaching license, you won't be able to coach a game. You can run practices, but if you want to be sitting on a game or standing and talking in any way, you have to have your coaching license. Life after Red Star, it was rough. I spent 8 years there, so leaving after 8 years was a little bit of an unexpected turn. And quickly after that, I got an offer from Austria. Then I went to Vienna, where I spent a beautiful year of my life. After that, I went to Macedonia, to a little less beautiful year in my life, but still, it was an experience. Shortly after I came back home, I got an invite from the NBA Yao Basketball Club in Beijing, China. It was a joint venture between the NBA China and Yao Ming. It was a fun 5 years there, learning the culture, experiencing generally new things, and coaching basketball, doing what I love, and being able to see Asia and the world. 5 years in Beijing, I felt kind of Beijinged out. My then girlfriend and now wife, she suggested that we should go to Canada. Never saw myself in China before, and never saw myself in Canada, but it was an interesting experience. I first touched down in Saskatchewan. Saskatoon is a small city, which I really appreciated after 5 years in Beijing, where it's like 30 million people on top of each other. After a year and a half there, we decided to move out here to BC, where I was lucky enough to meet Mihail and Thomas, and now we are working together. My coaching philosophy is that we have to get the kids when they're young. If we teach them the fundamentals, then it's going to be much easier for them later, and for the coaches who end up coaching them. The games they play, tournaments, are just another tool in the arsenal of practice that you can use to develop their individual and team game. At the end of the day, when they come to an age to go to university, nobody will care if they win a tournament. 5 years before, 3 years before, I think the coaches and the university recruiters will care about their individual development and how they grow as players.